It's shortly before 5 p.m. on a Wednesday, and the normally quiet parking lot at Town Hall is nearly full. The reason is explained by these signs, which you have likely seen around town. For the first time ever, Massachusetts voters have the option to vote early in this presidential election. And according to Town Clerk Amy Warfield, voters are taking advantage of the opportunity to cast their ballots early and put the election behind them. As of the afternoon of the third day, 1,700 Burlington residents had already voted.
Well, this is higher than I expected for at least the first 3 days. We're currently at about 10% of our voters have voted early. I was projecting that we'd be doing about 25 to 30%, so we still have 7 more days of early voting. So it'll be interesting to see how much higher we get than the 10% we currently have.
Warfield said early voting has been going smoothly with an occasional line or question about the process.
A little bit of wait from time to time. The longest line I've ever seen, we had about 10 people, but most people are really pleased with the fact about how quickly they're moving through. They like the easy process. There are some steps that are involved. You do have to fill out an envelope to put your ballot in, because that's how we take them over to the polls. So just some questions about why am I filling this out, but that once they understand what the process is, they're just really enjoying it and thinking that it's very useful to them.
Behind the scenes, early voting has led to an uptick in work in the town clerk's office.
Well, it is putting a lot more work into the office because we have to track those ballots just like they were absentee ballots. So currently, the biggest presidential I had ever done, we had about 1,600 absentee ballots. So this is going to be a lot more of that work ahead of time. But that's also going to reflect then on the election day that those people don't have to be coming out and fighting the traffic.
Warfield said she thought the extra work was worth it because it allows residents more opportunities to vote in an important election that is likely to see very high voter turnout.
I'm hoping 4 years ago we hit 85%. I'm hoping to at least tie that or maybe beat that. And again, with early voting, with a lot of people showing up early, I think we have a good chance of doing that.
I spoke to some residents who had cast ballots to ask them about their experience with early voting.
I thought it was wonderful. It was very easy and convenient and much better than trying to rush on Tuesday.
It was very convenient. There was no line. Just walk in, a few minutes, and you're done. It beats going and parking in the parking lot at the high school and walking all the way down. So the convenience factor was big.
I thought it was a wonderful thing to be able to vote early. It helps accommodate to people's schedules, so hopefully it'll bring out more voters.
That's right. Yeah. I do too. I agree with that. Coming like right after work and just coming to get to vote, as opposed to waiting in line on the voting day, the one day. Yeah. So we thought this was great.
Finally, all ballots cast in early voting are final. There is no chance to change your vote if you change your mind. I asked voters if they felt confident they had all the information they needed to vote early.
I was confident in that I had all the information I needed, yes.
No, I feel pretty confident about my decision, so I feel good, and I was eager to vote and ready to get it done and do it.
I feel the same too. I'm very confident. I wouldn't change my mind. No.
For those interested in casting a ballot now, early voting continues next week from October 31st to November 4th. At Burlington Town Hall, I'm BNEWS Director Rich Hosford.